Nail trims can be so daunting for everyone, even those of us that have had guinea pigs for years. Let me show you an alternative. This is a Dremel. It is basically a nail file that spins. So just like a drill spins, right? But it has a nail file on it. This is the most basic way I can explain to you. Dremel is the name brand. It's actually called like a rotary tool. Dremel is a tried and trusted brand, so recommend Dremel. There's a few things that make nail trims so difficult and also kind of scary. Your guinea pig can like move their foot and you might clip the wrong spot or just lose the spot and not be able to clip. With a Dremel, that doesn't really happen because even a millisecond of touching their nail will do something. And if they move, like the worst thing that happens is maybe they'll get a little scrape, but it's honestly not as bad as it sounds. You would seriously have to like push it against their skin to hurt them. I'm just saying that's like the worst case scenario, you know what I mean? But that's literally never happened to me. Another thing that makes nail clipping so difficult is the dreaded quick or making their nail bleed. Just clipping with one of these like a millimeter too far can make them bleed. And it's very painful for them, it's very traumatizing for them, and it's the reason a lot of guinea pigs are like so afraid of nail trims. Well, it's one of the big reasons. With a Dremel, you're far less likely to go too far. You have a lot more control. It's slightly slower as it cuts because you're not clipping one piece off, you kind of grind it down, but it allows you a lot more control with exactly how much you're cutting off. If they move a little bit, you won't cut too far. It also allows you to more easily see what you're doing. So when you clip, you know, a lot of people recommend you clip like a millimeter and then you look, you clip a millimeter and then you look. But you can literally be grinding the nail and looking like every pass. So you just have a lot more control over how far you've gone, and it allows you to better and more frequently be able to see how far you've gone. So, you know, you can tell like, okay, I see the red's getting really close, or if maybe they have black nails, you can see like the pulp, the little white bit of the nail starting to show up. And that's how you know, okay, I'm pretty close to the quick, I'm gonna stop. Speaking of guinea pigs getting scared of nail clips, generally I find that the scariest thing when it comes to using a Dremel is the sound. It's a little loud, okay? Now the first time I did that, Maple probably would have stopped eating a carrot, but he is a little more used to the sound now. We've done some exercises, but just to give you kind of the basics of getting them used to the sound, just let them have a treat, make noise, let them get used to it. It also has a low setting and a high setting generally. If you have a fancier one, it might be more of a range rather than just two options. And you can start on the low setting and go higher so that it makes a higher frequency and like scarier noise, you know? But the noise is really the hardest part about this. You're still going to be holding their paws like you would if you were clipping their nails, so that is a thing some guinea pigs struggle with. It is a lot more comfortable in general, and what I mean by that is this tends to squeeze nails. No matter what kind of nail clipper you have, it's going to squeeze their nails a little bit, which is why even if you're not getting all the way to the quick, it can still kind of hurt them. And maybe not hurt them, but it'll be uncomfortable and they'll kind of squirm, and then you're like, wait, you're not even bleeding. It's generally because it squeezes them. The closer you are to the quick, the more they feel it. This, however, there's no squeezing involved. It's friction. Friction is what is causing the nail to break down rather than cutting. It could cause like a tiny bit of discomfort, but that's generally like the rumbling, the vibration of it. As long as you're on their nail and not on their skin, it's not going to hurt them at all. Now, some of you out there may have gotten fake nails before, like acrylics in a beauty salon, and you've seen one of these. It's the exact same thing. They will take off like the top layer of your nail, if you're lucky and at a good salon, only the top layer. If they do a bad job, they might hit you in the cuticle, and that hurts. But as long as they don't hit the cuticle, they don't hurt you, right? Same exact idea. However, in this case, the nail that we're aiming for is so far away from their skin that you're not going to just like accidentally hit their paw. So those are like the hardest things about it. But I think the pros far outweigh the cons. I feel a lot more confident with a Dremel. I can slowly do it. I can see what I'm doing. I never ever hit the quick with the Dremel versus a clipper. I still do sometimes, and I have clipped so many nails. Guinea pigs, dogs, cats. Let me tell you, I've clipped a lot of nails, and I will still every once in a while hit the quick, especially with a black guinea pig. Java has black nails, and I'm telling you, I'll shine a light at it, and I still have difficulty sometimes. This, I really don't. I really don't. Okay, so what are you gonna need? Well, the Dremel, obviously. I do have a nail file just in case like I wanna file a little edge or something. But super important is your clotting, whatever, powder, gel, whatever you have. Quick stop, okay? Basically, you're gonna want something that clots the blood just in case you go too far. I'm telling you, you probably won't. But if it's your first time, better be safe than sorry. I always have this nearby just in case anyway. You never know. And it's easier just to have it, okay? Plus, you know, you might be in a rush. You might just need to clip a couple nails real quick and you're gonna use one of these. So if you're gonna use one of these, you definitely wanna have this on hand. So you might as well get this. This was like $5 when I bought it. I think these days it goes for like $6. I will put a link down below. I really like the gel because it's like easier for me to use because I can just put a tiny bit like on my finger and then just put it on their nail versus like the powder. You don't want to contaminate the powder container. So you're supposed to like put a little powder in the like top of the container and then you have to like put your finger on the powder and like hold it to the nail and it gets everywhere and it's a mess. I really like the gel. It's the same exact thing. It's just a gel version. I just put a little on my finger, like a pea size amount, hold it up to the nail, apply pressure. Great, easy. For me, it's easier, but it's up to you. It doesn't matter which version you get. There's like also like little pencils that kind of look like eyeliner. Whatever you want, just get some form of quick stop, okay? I will put this one, this gel one, in the description, but get whatever you want. So let's get started. So how do you use a Dremel? Press the switch. Press the switch and that's how you turn it on. Now what you're gonna do is basically slowly file their nails. So you're gonna, pretending my nail was their claw, you're just gonna take it and you're just kind of run it along the nail. If you literally just put it straight on, that's totally fine. Okay, totally fine. However, when you get more comfortable, you can kind of round it off. You can kind of take it to the bottom, the top, the side to the side. And when you do that, you can kind of get a little further in the nail. Cutting more of the nail off is beneficial because then you can go longer between nail trims. So that's always great. And you can kind of recede their quick a little bit. If you don't know what receding their quick means, just a real quick brief summary. Basically, sometimes if you wait too long in between nail trims, that blood vessel can kind of get longer and longer. And when that happens, you have to like slowly just cut a little bit off each day so that the blood vessel shrinks back. And that way you can get the nails to the appropriate length, because otherwise you have to cut on the blood vessel and it's painful and it's not necessary. It's better to just clip every couple days. But you can recede it better if you're able to kind of grind under the nail and on top of the nail a little bit and kind of round it off. That's ideal. If you can round off the nail, that's like, you're golden, you're perfect, you know what you're doing, you're a pro. But even if you're not, that's okay. You can just hold it just flat and grind down the nail. Now, speaking of holding it just flat, it is important to remember because we're working with friction, it can get hot. It's not usually a problem for guinea pigs because their nails are so soft in comparison to like a dog. This is more of a concern because when you're holding it too long for the dog's nail, the dog has really thick, strong nails that it takes a second to cut through. You can kind of burn them a little bit if it gets too hot, okay? With a guinea pig, that's not really as much of a concern because their nails will grind down a lot faster. So you probably won't leave it on long enough, but if you're new, it's your first time doing it, just keep in mind as you're trying to figure out, take it off every second or move it side to side so that it's not like sitting in one spot for too long, okay? All right, now let's get started. It's really important that you have treats, all right? How many times have I said let's get started and then gone off into some other tangent? Okay. It's really important that you have treats for your guinea pig. So my go-to treat, which you've already eaten half of it, that was not necessarily the goal, is a carrot. And I'm using a towel because, you know, it'll get kind of dusty and stuff. My go-to treat is a carrot because it's big and I can hold it. Actually, we're going to switch to this side. I can hold it. Another thing I really like to do sometimes is I will stick it like in my knee so that I don't have to hold it he can eat it and I can like grab one of his feet while he's eating it. Something like that. Or you can just lay it there. It just depends kind of how squirmy they are. But I'm going to show you my preferred method. So, okay. So what I'm going to do is this knee that's like sticking up, I'm going to nestle the carrot into. It's easier when it's full size. Sir, why'd you have to cut it in half? That was not necessary. I'm going to let him eat the carrot. I'm going to get the Dremel. And my goal is mostly just to Dremel while he's eating the carrot, because that way I know that he's safe and he's happy and he's comfortable. Happy-ish. If he starts eating because he's super scared, that's not great. Sometimes you gotta push through it, but ideally I want him to be eating as much carrot as he can be. The way I like to do this is I put a hand under them and then I put their back paw in that hand. All right? And now he still has the freedom to eat that carrot. If I want to make him feel a little more comfortable, I can kind of put this towel over him and then he'll feel a little safer. Are you ready? Let's go. So we're just going to grind this down. Oh, you good? He's not having it today. I don't have to put my hand under your belly if you don't like that. You're okay. Would you like me to hold you instead? I gotta hold your paw. There you go. There you go. Is that better? So I'm going under the bottom first. And then I can get the tops. Good boy. You're alright. You're alright. Take a second. Can you eat the carrot, please? Alright, you're okay. You're alright. Get the tops again. Get the sides. Good boy. You okay? Good boy. Look how much better that feels, bud. You look beautiful. The front paws are going to be a little harder for you to get used to because they're like so much smaller and they're so much closer to their paw. So I would recommend that if you've never done this before, practice on the back paws first for a couple days. And then when you're like super comfortable with the back paws, then move on to the front. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna chill out. I don't want to completely taint this experience. I do want you to stay on my lap so that you can know that you can still trust me today. I know. So I'm just gonna let him eat some carrot. Just eat some carrot. Okay, you're fine. Okay, but can you at least stay on the towel? I don't need you peeing on the couch. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions about nail Dremels specifically. I will do some more nail clipping videos about different topics. If you want to leave those questions down below, feel free. If you don't know, we're a guinea pig edutainment channel, so I post educational things along with the side of entertainment. If you have guinea pigs or if you love guinea pigs, please subscribe to this channel and like this video if you learned something new. YouTube thinks you might like one of these other videos I posted, so I don't know, maybe check them out. Thanks! Bye!